United Kingdom as far as these elections are concerned?
Well, what it's like is that people are participating vicariously through the internet, through staying in touch with their families and all that. And I don't think that their efforts should be underestimated. Now, I listened to the last speaker, and indeed, quite a number of people went back to Nigeria to vote. A number of people made the commitment and went back to vote, but then not everybody can afford it, so the best they can do is to, lend their voice to a cause and see how they can mobilize from here. And then I can tell you that the tension or apprehension is mounting here as well. Nigerians are glued to the internet, watching the results unfold. And if you actually have those doing the tallying of votes themselves, in groups or alone, as INEC announces the results, they're compiling and counting on their own. You can imagine that kind of a commitment and anticipation. And as you'd expect for many Nigerians abroad, the social media platform has been a big tool for collecting and disseminating information. And you'd be sure to find a lot of people awake even now, pondering and analyzing results so far and what might unfold, because invariably, they're affected one way or another.
Well, would they have actually wanted to participate in real terms, as in being able to actually cast their vote as well? Have they actually talked about that and of the possibility of that happening in the not so distant future?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Voting for Nigerians in diaspora was a big conversation that happened during, in the run-up to the elections. You had that conversation in the UK strongly. People want to participate. They want this issue to be on the table. There's been promises. It's been talked about. There's a legislation that should be proposed, and it's just not happening. And the argument, the central argument of many people on this side is that if they participate economically through their remittances, then they should be given the opportunity to participate politically, so it's a sore point, for many, that feeling of helplessness, and the assumption really that, because they're abroad, then what goes on in Nigeria is none of their business, and I think that's an impoverished argument to assume that people abroad, don't have a say. So it's a big issue. Yeah.
Doris, I know that you talked a little bit about the fact that people are tracking results that have been released so far, and some people even putting the numbers
sorry,
together.
your voice is a bit
what
faint.
has been the reaction?
Kadira, Doris says she needs to hear you a lot more clearly.
Okay, so maybe there's something going on with my mic. I'll try again. Can you hear me, Doris?
No.
Hello, Doris?
Yes.
You can
yes,
hear me,
I can
right?
hear you
Okay.
now. Go on.
No, so I was saying earlier you talked about the fact that there was a lot of interest in the results that have been released so far, to the extent that people are actually sitting down and adding up and doing the math themselves. And I'm asking, have you had a chance to talk to people about their reaction to the results so far? What are they telling you?
Well, it's mixed reactions. So each supporter, of course, will ride with the tide of his sentiment if it's going well for his or her party. But then, party affiliations aside, you have, academics, for instance, or critics, if you like, looking at both sides and, raising questions about, the delays and whether the delays has affected, the numbers. It's all about the numbers, the possible manipulation of results, how much of it is authentic, how much of it is conflated, what is the time management or the time, the time difference, what does it mean, having to do this over such a long period of time, and the gradual or piecemeal release of results, what this actually means, what to make of it, So yes, you have those reactions, those questions coming in, yeah.
Well, at this point, Doris, I'd like to say thank you very much, and well, do keep vigil and also keep the faith, because the INEC chairman says we'll be returning at 10 a.m. for the rest of the results, and I'm sure before today runs out, we would have gotten to know who Nigeria's next president will be.